It was amazing! But of course I'm going to say that about the new Lion King film. What do you expect? It was my favourite Disney film whilst growing up. But there are a few things that I do want to talk about that happened during this film. Firstly, I just want to talk about the visuals. Now, there is no disputing that visually, as a film, it was incredible. I mean, you see it in Disney films nowadays. You've got The Jungle Book, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, even Dumbo. Even though I've not seen Dumbo. But visually, in this day and age, you can't go wrong. Next thing I want to talk about is the music. Now, this was a weird one because the instrumental from the animation was sort of put into this one, but the singing had its own adaptation. Why did it take me so long to say that? There was a lot of deliberation about whether the song Be Prepared was going to be in it. It sort of was, but it was more of a chant. I would not count that as a song, in my opinion. And then of course you got that song by Beyonce, Spirit, whatever it was. I liked how much of it gets you pumped for the fight that's coming towards the end. Which now leads me on to the next point, which is the cast members for The Lion King. Thank God the man who played Mufasa in the original was back in it, because no one else could have played that role, in my opinion. And it was just that nostalgia feeling knowing that he was in it. And as well, they made Mufasa even more badass than in the original. I don't know how they managed that, but yeah, they did it. The hyenas in it were a lot more darker in this one, and you looked at them in the animation and you weren't scared of them. In this version though, they were some scary motherfuckers. And as well, they made Scar a lot darker than what he was as well. With some villains in Disney films, it was more like a, oh, poor me type thing. Oh, my life sucks. Whereas in this one, Scar was made to be a whole lot darker and also more of a past with him. There was more reason for Scar to be more sinister, more evil than in the original. But one of the things I do want to talk about is the fact that Beyonce was in this film. I get it, music artists do little dabbles of acting here and there in some films. I'm not disputing that Beyonce was a bad actor in it, but I just felt the role could have been used for someone else type thing rather than Beyonce because she can sing. I mean, I'm sure there's other actors who are out there that can also sing and can do wonders for this film. It just felt like a big name was needed when it really wasn't. The last thing I want to talk about is the storyline throughout Lion King and whether or not it changes. Because I feel like people haven't really rated The Lion King as much because the storyline doesn't change and it's sort of word for word. But, in my opinion, you can't really change the storyline too much in The Lion King. So beginning and the ending doesn't change that much. I mean, there's a few things that do change around towards the end. Like the fight scene involves everyone more rather than what it was with Simba and Scar. But beginning, you can't really change too much. The ending, you still can't change. It's what they did with the middle, which was very integral to how much of a difference it is between the animation and the CGI real life, whatever you call it. Because in that middle bit, there was the whole thing with Nala escaping Pride Rock away from Scar and the hyenas, and then Scar trying to make Sarabi the queen so that he becomes more of an official king, and it gave more purpose as to why Nala ran away type thing. If you compare that to the animation, Nala just appears out of nowhere chasing Pumbaa. There's more purpose to Nala being in the jungle trying to find help and not necessarily just appearing out of nowhere like the animation does. It just gave no reason as to why certain characters was in this position or anything like that, whereas this version does that. There's more of a background story and more flow with everything. But yeah, that's what I thought of the new Lion King film. You might not agree with me on a few things, but it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's bringing back a lot of nostalgia. The child within me is jumping for joy on how amazing it was. I do understand why people might not have liked it, because they feel like it's sort of the same. It doesn't bring anything new at times, but when you look at things on an actual perspective of how old people were when this film came out, a lot of kids back then growing up seeing it now is just bringing that nostalgia feeling. It's not necessarily something that's going to be a crowd pleaser at times, but when you see an iconic Disney film like this, you want it being remade. And considering that you've remade Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Jungle Book was another notable one, I think that the storyline in The Lion King, you can't change too much, because if you change it too much, no one is going to like it as much as the animation. And I think that's the whole purpose in making these films now, is so that the animation you look at, you can enjoy it, sort of thing, but then when you see the real thing, you can enjoy it a whole lot more. But yes, that is where I'm going to end the video. I know it was quite short, but I don't want to be one of those film review critiques that go on for ages and ages and ages. So if you did enjoy this video, be sure to give the video a like, subscribe if you are new, and let me know if you agree with me, because I might be wrong. And I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.